Okay, guys, I had my nap. It's about 5:30, and I wanted to go over just kind of what happened today and what's been happening with me. Uh, I want to first apologize to my hiking partner, Dave. Dave, I know you were super cool about it. You know, he really wasn't feeling great too, but then got better as we went. But I just had to be really honest with myself, and I felt like I let him down by not going with him. But I had to be honest with him, and I would have possibly put myself in a really bad position by keep going over the 5 days and 50 miles. So I just had to be honest. I am camped about, so basically we did Kearsarge today, which is about 5 miles. I don't know exactly, and this is the second time I've done it, or third time. But it's like 5 miles, but like 2,800 feet up. It's exceptionally steep. But last time I did it, I had a new resupply of 7 days of food and flew right up. But I've been hiking and I wasn't dealing with what I've been dealing with lately. This time it was bad. I probably stopped. You can ask him maybe every, 30 to 100 feet. I stopped every 30 to 100 feet all the way to the top. And I'm experiencing a lot of things. But what I want to tell you that's preceded this is that about a little over a month ago, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. I have been feeling horrible since the start of the year. I had a headache 24 hours a day since the start of this year, since the start of 2025. And I'm not exaggerating. Never went away once. I would take some things and it would deaden it a little bit so that it wasn't so bad. But yeah, it's just, I've just felt horrible. I've had a bunch of other symptoms that I don't want to really bore you with, but one of them is being lethargic and just having no energy. It's also made me gain weight, and I don't normally gain weight at the pace I'm gaining weight, and which makes it harder to hike. And just there's a bunch of other things. And so I really, I had the headaches, and then it was like another thing, and then another thing started. And once they started piling up, I finally went to the doctor, and that's how I found out I have high blood pressure. So a month ago, I was diagnosed. I was given prescribed some medication, and it's helped. And I went in about a week later and had my blood pressure checked, and it was perfect. And I bought a blood pressure cuff, and I've been checking it. It's really good. The thing is, though, my symptoms, I don't know if I had them so long that for like half a year that, I don't know why. I guess thought that once I took the medicine and my blood pressure went down, all the symptoms that I was getting from it, high blood pressure, would go away. My headaches are about half as bad as they used to be. And all the other things I had are there, but just lighter. So I don't know if I have to take it longer or if I have to get something else. I've had friends that have tried high blood pressure medicine, and they have to keep trying some until they find the right one for them. But I think that's kind of one of my problems. So today it was a mixture of not being in very good shape, and then also I told you gained some weight. So being 20 pounds heavier than I am, which makes it physically harder. And I don't know. I know my body pretty well. I've done a lot of backpacking, and I was really paying attention to whether maybe why I was struggling was because I'm not in very good shape, or is it because it's a mixture of that and the medicine just affecting my body. But it's very painful when you get like what I get is kind of like lactic acid, which I've got in the past years when I've hiked the PCT, but it's just for a couple days, but it's never been this intense. It was so painful in my legs. I mean, it just literally, I couldn't physically take another step, so I have to stop. And I did that all the way up the mountain, and poor Dave, I made him wait. And he was cool about it. He was very cool about it, Dave, so I appreciate that. Said, just do what you have to do. And so that's what I did, but I just didn't want to. It hurt so bad, and and now remember, we went uphill all the way. I get it worse when I'm going uphill. When I'm going downhill, it hurts bad, but not as bad. And I'm also, my hip flexors are killing me, and that whole complex around my hip flexors and the butt muscle and all the muscles around the rear end and the hips, they're just aching and aching. So it's like there's so much pain, but it's not pain from an injury. It's like I don't have an injury. It's like I don't know if it's the medicine. It's a combination of the medicine and not being in shape and all that. So it's very confusing. And I wish it was something that I could just say, yeah, it's this, and just fix it. But I can't. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of research. But yeah, so I turned around, and, Dave kept going. And I hope Dave had a great time. So I came down the hill. So we did I don't know, I haven't looked on the map. I usually know exactly. But I did about 2,800 feet over about 5 miles. And then I've come down about another 3. So I'm set up about 2 miles from my car, so I just wanted to camp and see how I felt in the morning. And it's all downhill to the car, so it won't be physically hard. Again, downhill is really hard on my hip flexors and all that, so we'll see how that feels. I'm stretching them tonight, but I don't know. I wanted you to know what's going on with me, and the point of this hike was to not only get to hike in the Sierras, which I love. I've hiked every year in the Sierras since I started backpacking. But it's also to get in a little bit of a shape, but to test myself out because of all this high blood pressure too, to see if I could do the Colorado Trail, which I'm slated to do in about a week. And I don't think there's any way I can do it. There's just no way. That's very high elevation, very steeper than this. They at least grade this some. I heard that's very steep in Colorado. But I just don't think there's any way I could do it. And the point being is I am really strong at being tough and going up steep stuff and just battling, but not when my legs are like, I got here, I had to sit for 30 minutes just for my legs to stop shaking. And, I had to do chores and get the tent set up, and then I had to walk way over there and get water. And in between every single chore, I have to sit down, and just my legs are just gone. And so it's very, I don't even know if frustrating is the word, but it's keeping me from being able to backpack, and it's not enjoyable to backpack when my legs are just screaming and killing me. And so that's why I chose to turn around. But anyway, sorry to ramble. I tried to keep this shorter, but it's a lot to explain. I hope you understand too, because I took off this summer to do this hike, and then kind of get in a little bit of shape, and then go do the Colorado Trail, which is 500 miles in over a month. I'm going to make some decisions, but I'm leaning towards not doing the Colorado Trail. And I may, like last year, if you guys watch me, and this is actually exciting for me, is maybe go on a massive road trip. Last year I went up north and did the High Sierra Trail here, and went up to Oregon and Washington, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming and Utah, and came down to Utah and saw a bunch of national parks. And you guys, a lot of you followed me on that. I make videos. If you haven't seen them, check them out. Yeah, it was a really tough day. It was a lot of pain and discomfort, and just my body. I really feel I need to maybe try a different medicine, a different prescription, and also get, in shape like that, and just a combination of everything. But I'll be making a decision in a couple days about going to Colorado Trail or not. But right now, you know, the way I felt today, I don't feel like I can physically do it. So anyway, thanks for listening, and we'll see you down the trail. Make sure you stay tuned because, you know, I'm going to make dinner here, and then in the morning, we'll finish the video going in the morning with the sunrise down to the car. All right, bye.